What's going on, everyone? It's Nick, and look what I just got. Finally came in the mail. Long story short, shipping fees from US to Japan are crazy, and luckily I had my mom have her friend send her stuff, so this came along the way. Just a long story short, but anyways, so the season's finally here. So I'm here to give you all my predictions on what's gonna happen. Now, let's keep in mind that these are just predictions, so some of these may not age well, some of these might age terribly. Just gonna keep that in mind. But before we begin, please remember to like, and if you're new, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now let's play the intro. First, I'm going to go over awards. Now, the first award, the MVP, I'm going to go with Luka Doncic. He does have the narrative behind him. And remember, narrative is key when it comes to this award. And he does have that. Sometimes a narrative is for the better, sometimes it's not. I think in this case it is. And now, while Giannis was very much worthy last year, no, Luka didn't deserve it just because he led his team to the playoffs without another all-star, because you could make the same argument for Damian Lillard. And it's not like he had a team full of scrubs around him. Kristaps Porzingis was an all-star caliber player, just wasn't actually an all-star. And also, roughly 70% of MVPs in league history did play alongside another all-star the year they won the MVP award. So yes, Giannis deserved it last season, and also it's a regular season award, so no, what happened in the playoffs does not matter when it comes to this award, but it helps Luka's narrative a little bit going into the season. The fact that he's 21 turning 22 and he's about to lead his team to top 3 or 4 seed in the West. I'm actually going to say top 3. This team is definitely better than it was last season. They definitely upgraded themselves defensively. And also, because Kristaps Porzingis is going to miss the early part of the season, that should really elevate Luka's play, because he's going to have an even bigger role than he already does in the offense. So I think that that's going to really boost his chances of winning the MVP. So I'm going to go with Luka. Even if Giannis does have a better season than he did last season, I think another thing that'll hurt Giannis' chances is voter fatigue, since he won back-to-back MVPs, and the last player to win the MVP award 3 times in a row was Larry Bird. So yeah, I think that it's going to be Luka Doncic. As much as I really want to say LeBron James, yes, I would love for LeBron to win the MVP as a Laker. I don't see it happening. I don't think he's going to win another MVP for the rest of his career. Still going to be a superstar for another couple years, and I still think he's going to be a pretty good player in his 40s, but I don't think he's winning another MVP. Defensive Player of the Year? I think I'm going to go with Anthony Davis. I'm actually feeling pretty good about it. I think voter fatigue is also going to hurt Giannis' case, and I definitely see Bam Adebayo making a run for it this year, but I think I'm going to go with Anthony Davis here. I can definitely see Ben Simmons making a run at it too, but because Anthony Davis was just second last season and voter fatigue might hurt Giannis' case, I think that this is probably Anthony Davis' best chance to win Defensive Player of the Year, so I'm going to go with Anthony Davis. The next award, the Most Improved Player, tends to be the toughest one to predict, although I actually did call it with Giannis the year he won it before the season started. But this year, I think that I'm going to go with Michael Porter Jr. I think that because Jeremy Grant is gone, and I think that's an underrated loss for Denver, I think that Michael Porter Jr. should have more opportunities, and that's going to really help his case. I think that it should be his award. I can definitely see Christian Wood making a run at it, but then, with the whole James Harden saga, we'll have to see how that plays out. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if Christian Wood won the award, but I'm going to go with Michael Porter Jr. I can't see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander making a run at it because he's going to have more freedom to do what he wants, but because he scored 19 points per game last season, I don't think that's going to really help his chances of winning the award, so I'm going to go with Michael Porter Jr. for Most Improved Player. Coach of the Year, I'm going to keep this one short. I think it's going to be Eric Spoelstra. He's the best coach in the NBA. I think that this year he's going to win the Coach of the Year. Rookie of the Year, I'm going to go with LaMelo Ball. Now, he's been razzling and dazzling in the preseason. Razzle dazzle, like Walt Clyde Frazier would say. And the Knicks are actually my second favorite team. Yeah, let's not talk about that. At least my favorite team is the champions, though. But anyways, LaMelo Ball, for once, the Charlotte Hornets are actually must-watch basketball. Now, I don't think we even ever said that the Charlotte Hornets are a must-watch basketball, even when Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning were on the team. I mean, I wasn't watching basketball in the 90s, but I don't think that anybody was saying that back then, and I don't think anybody was saying it when Baron Davis was running the show, or even when Kemba Walker was there. So now it looks like the Hornets actually are must-watch basketball. Ball. I think that LaMelo Ball has the most upside, so LaMelo Ball is my pick for Rookie of the Year. But just to be clear, when I say they look like a must-watch basketball team now, that doesn't mean I think they're going to make the playoffs. I'm going to talk about who I think is going to make the playoffs later on, but just to make it clear, I don't expect the Charlotte Hornets to make the playoffs, although I do think that they could actually compete for a playoff spot or even compete to play in the play-in tournament, but I don't think they're going to quite make it. But moving on, for sixth man of the year, I'm going to go with Danilo Gallinari. I would like to say Dennis Schroeder or Montrezl Harrell, but when looking at the Lakers depth chart right now, it says that Dennis Schroeder is going to start, which I'm actually in favor for, so I'm going to go with Danilo Gallinari. And as for Montrezl Harrell, I don't think he's going to get as big of a role with the Lakers. Like, of course, he's still going to get minutes, but because Frank Vogel's a defensive-minded coach, I think that he's not going to get as big of a role on the Lakers as he did on the Clippers. And also, I think that Dennis Schroeder should have won the sixth man of the year last year. And because Danilo Gallinari, the last couple seasons, he's averaged 18 to 19 points per game. And coming off the bench, he'll probably average around 15 or 16, which I think is definitely going to be good enough for him to win the sixth man of the year. So Danilo Gallinari is my pick. And for executive of the year, I don't think I should have to think that hard about it. In fact, I already said it in a previous video. It's going to be Rob Pelinka. Now we're about to get into the All-NBA teams. So All-NBA first team, I'm going to go with Luka Doncic, Damian Lillard, LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Anthony Davis. For the second team, I got James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, and Nikola Jokic. For the All-NBA third team, I got Ben Simmons, Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Joel Embiid. Damn, leaving Chris Paul off this list was not something I really wanted to do, but I was very hesitant to put Ben Simmons on here, but I think with the shooters around him, I think that that's going to really elevate his game, and unfortunately, Chris Paul had to be the odd man out. But wow, the point guard position is that stacked, because Kyrie's not on here either, so yeah, the point guard position right now is just unbelievably stacked right now, to the point where Chris Paul got left off the All-NBA teams here. And I really wanted to have Devin Booker in here too, because I think that having Chris Paul on his team is going to really elevate his game too, but unfortunately there's just not enough room here. And from what we've seen in the preseason so far, it looks like Kevin Durant is still going to be a star player. And also, as long as Steph is healthy, I think that he'll be fine. I don't think he's going to be higher than All-NBA second team. Maybe he might, but I'm going to go with third team for now. Now, yes, I firmly believe that James Harden is a better player than Damian Lillard, but I chose Damian Lillard for the All-NBA first team instead of the second team. I have Harden on the second team because of the whole saga going on right now. And as much as I do believe that Kawhi Leonard is a top 5 player in the game right now, even after that horrible Game 7, one bad game doesn't define you like that. You can drop down maybe a couple spots in the rankings, but you're not gonna just be a scrub because of one bad game. But if Kawhi actually doesn't load manage this year, then he should actually be on the All-NBA first team over Damian Lillard for sure. Now on to the All-Defensive teams. For the All-Defensive first team, I'm going with Marcus Smart, Ben Simmons, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Anthony Davis, and Bam Adebayo. For the All-Defensive second team, I'm going with Drew Holiday, Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, and Rudy Gobert. And yes, I did include Paul George. Some of you guys need to stop acting like he's just trash now. I know he's not the golden boy that he was in his early days in Indiana anymore, and he became a walking meme since the playoffs, and he's brought a lot of it upon himself, but no, he's not trash now. He's still a top 20 player in the NBA right now, and he's definitely still good enough defensively to earn an all-defensive team selection. And this is coming from a Lakers fan. Paul George is definitely not a superstar, but he's definitely still a very good player. Is still very much an all-star caliber player. Let's stop acting like he's not that anymore. For the all-rookie teams, for the first team, I'm going LaMelo Ball, Killian Hayes, Anthony Edwards, Obi Toppin, and James Wiseman. For the all-rookie second team, Facundo Campazzo, I don't know how to say his name, but just from what I was looking up before I made this video, yeah, he's making the all-rookie second team. And then there's Tyrese Halliburton, Patrick Williams, Isaac Okoro, and for center, I'm going to go with Bol Bol, and this is kind of weird because the NBA is actually giving him rookie eligibility this year, even though he played 7 games last season and he played in the playoffs. They're going to do it the way baseball does it, and I'm actually in favor for that. In fact, the same should have applied for Julius Randle his rookie year, because he broke his leg in his debut and he wasn't considered a rookie his following season. He shouldn't have won Rookie of the Year anyways though, because Karl Anthony Towns was the hands down winner anyways, but he should have at least been eligible for the award and should have made the all-rookie team. But okay, I guess I'm going a little off topic now, but yeah, those are my all-rookie teams for this year. Who's gonna win the championship this year? What do you think? Going back to back. I'm very confident that my team is going back to back. The best 1-2 punch in the NBA with a much deeper team than the team that won a championship just 2 months ago. Now, I'll admit I was wrong about Kyle Kuzma. I thought he was definitely going to get traded, but congrats to him on the extension. And I guess he just really loves the LA lavish lifestyle, which I definitely don't blame him for considering where he came from. And hey, he has a chance to win another championship. I thought he'd rather go to another team and go back to scoring 16 to 18 points per game, but alright, let's run it back for another championship. And how about Taylor Horton-Tucker, who's emerging as a guy who can also really contribute to the Lakers' success this year. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of him. So yeah, Lakers are going back to back. Now who they're going to face in the finals, that's a good question, because the East is the best it's been in a while, and the top 5 teams in the East, it's pretty wide open for who's going to represent the East in the finals. But with a gun to my head, I think that I'm going to go with the Bucks, but I think I'm going back and forth between the Bucks and the Heat. But if the Bucks don't make it this year, they definitely need to find a new head coach. Now, I'm not going to predict any team's record. I'm just going to predict seeding. So in the West, I got the Lakers, the Clippers, the Mavericks, Nuggets, the Jazz, Blazers, and for the play-in tournament, I got the Suns, Warriors, Pelicans, and Grizzlies. And for who's going to get in the play-in tournament, I got the Suns and the Warriors, but I could see the Pelicans getting in if Zion is healthy. But I just think with Steph, the Warriors should win the play-in, and Chris Paul, just his presence alone is definitely going to elevate the Suns, which is why I really didn't want to leave him off the All-NBA teams. And for the Pelicans, we should be seeing improvements from Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball, although going from Drew Holiday to Eric Bledsoe is definitely a downgrade, and Steven Adams and Zion Williamson sharing the floor together, yeah, I just don't see that as a good fit at all. So I'm going to go with the Warriors and Suns. In the East, I have it as Bucks, Heat, Nets, Celtics, Sixers, Raptors, and then for the play-in tournament, Pacers, Wizards, Hawks, and Bulls. I think that just not having arguably the worst coach in NBA history is going to get the Bulls in the play-in tournament, but I don't think they improved enough to actually win in the play-in tournament, so I think that it's going to be the Hawks and Wizards. Now, Pacers fans, well, actually, I don't think any Pacers fans are subscribed here, but Pacers fans might be wondering, hey, what about us? You know, we were in the playoffs and our best player was hurt, but yeah, I think that just these other teams improved so much more, and like the Pacers had a pretty quiet offseason, so I don't think that the Pacers are going to really make a jump. If anything, they're going to take a step back. That's just my opinion, though. And for the Celtics being 4th, Kemba Walker being hurt for the start of the season, that's definitely going to hurt them, although losing Gordon Hayward, I don't think that's big of a loss, because they definitely improved at center with Tristan Thompson and got a better backup point guard in Jeff Teague than Brad Wanamaker, and I think that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are really going to elevate their games. But I just think that because of how much stronger the East got, I think that the Celtics are only going to be the 4th seed, and even though the Sixers are going to be much better this year because the fit is so much better, one, Doc Rivers, while yes, he's better than Brett Brown, still, he's not a good coach. And I think it's also more to do with just the fact that these other teams in the East are getting better. You know, the East is actually looking really strong this year. And like I said before, I think this is the year that the Bucks should make it to the finals. And Drew Holiday over Eric Bledsoe, that's definitely an upgrade for them. And for the Heat, yeah, they lost Jay Crowder, but they'll be fine because they got Avery Bradley. And also we can expect guys like Bam Adebayo, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero. We can expect those guys to be even better. And also Kendrick Nunn, don't forget, he made the all-rookie first team last season, but then he got you-know-what right before the bubble started, and that's why he wasn't really such a big part of the Heat's success at all in the playoffs. But hey, with Jimmy Butler leading the way, and also with Bam Adebayo, yeah, the Heat should definitely be poised to make the conference finals at the very least. And they have the best coach in the NBA. Bold predictions? Alright, I may as well go for it. And keep in mind, these are bold predictions, and they're called bold for a reason. So I think it's going to be Lakers Mavericks in the Western Conference Finals, as long as everyone is healthy. Of course, we want to see Lakers Clippers, but what if Porzingis was healthy during the playoffs last season? And Luka will be better. Their defense will be better with the additions of Josh Richardson and James Johnson. Yes, the Clippers did improve too by replacing Montrezl Harrell with Serge Ibaka and bringing in Luke Kennard. However, they still haven't addressed their playmaking issues, and you already know what I think of Tyronn Lue. Next bold prediction. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will be top 15 in usage rate this season. With Chris Paul and Dennis Schroeder gone, I think he'll have more opportunities, considering he scored 19 points per game last season. I don't think he's going to make that huge of a jump to win most improved player, but he's definitely going to have more freedom to do what he wants. So yeah, I think that his usage rate is going to go up quite a lot to the point where it's top 15. Next bold prediction. Bradley Beal will not finish top 10 in scoring. Now that he's playing alongside Russell Westbrook, he'll have less scoring opportunities, and we can expect to see him play off ball a little more. And we should expect Rui Hachimura to step up his game on offense. And also with Kevin Durant looking like he'll still be a star in this league from what we've seen in the preseason, and with Steph Curry being back, yeah, I think that it's going to be a little tougher for Bradley Beal to even be top 10 in scoring this season. Next bold prediction. Karl Anthony Towns will be the next star player to demand a trade. The Timberwolves have only made the playoffs once during his tenure, and even while they got him paired up with D'Angelo Russell, and after drafting Anthony Edwards with the number 1 pick, they're still not making the playoffs this year, and I think that Cat is probably going to say he's had enough. Now, I'm not saying that he definitely will get traded, but I think that he's going to be the next star player to demand a trade. And my last one, I don't know if this is a bold prediction, but I think that Buddy Hield is getting traded by the deadline. The Kings are a mess. Their front office is abysmal. Now that Jim Boylan has been fired, Luke Walton holds the title for worst coach in the NBA right now. We've already known that Buddy Hield is not happy in Sacramento, and can you really blame him? I mean, sure, he may be a head case and all, but in this case, yeah, I don't know if I can really blame someone for wanting out of Sacramento because their organization is just a mess. And I think that the Hawks or Nuggets should be looking to trade for him. Or maybe the Charlotte Hornets could be in the mix if they really want to make a playoff push. Or assuming that the Sixers don't trade Ben Simmons for James Harden, maybe they could try to go after Buddy Hield to play alongside Ben Simmons, but I'm not sure who they would trade for him. Or maybe the Knicks might go after him, except if the Knicks get him, well, yes, he would immediately be their best player. No, he's not going to take that team to the playoffs. Now, as for James Harden, I'm really unsure of where he's going to get traded. All I can say is that I have a feeling he will get traded before the deadline. But anyways, that's what I think was going to happen. Maybe I do get all of these right, but chances are I won't. If I get some of these right, nice. Or if I get most of these wrong, oh well, that was the risk I took by making this video. Or if I get all of these wrong, yeah, that's just the risk that comes with making a video like this. But anyways, that's it for now. Please remember to like if you're new, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you next time.